and she's out.
You see Grumwagen every step of that way, making sure that the umpires saw that it hit her.
shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Good afternoon. It's great to be able to look out and see so many happy people celebrating and enjoying this special event. I'm Raymond Duvall. I'm the Interim Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you here as members of the class of 2014 and as parents and families of the class of 2014, as supporters and friends to this, our spring commencement. I'm also pleased to have the opportunity to welcome several special guests who join us to celebrate the class of 2014. A member of the University of Minnesota's Board of Regents, Regent Thomas Devine. The Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education, Robert McMaster. The Vice Provost for Student Affairs, Danita Brown-Young. The founding director of the University Honors Program, Serge Ruda. The CLA Associate Deans, and a number of faculty from across the college. Our distinguished keynote speaker, Andrea Mokros, our student speaker, Colin Wendt, our student musicians from the School of Music, performing under the direction of Timothy Deem, Director of Marching Band and Assistant Director of Bands. Our soloist, Philip Zawisza, who just led us in a beautiful rendering of one verse of America the Beautiful. And our pianist, School of Music alumna, Laura Edmond. Before we proceed, if you would please join me in thanking those musicians for their leadership. This is about you. Today is a celebration. It's a celebration of the culmination of a personal and educational journey. Each of you able to talk about that journey in depth and with passion and conviction, I'm sure. It's also a celebration of your commencement of a new journey, one that promises not only the rewards of a career, but also the many less tangible, intellectual and personal rewards of a fulfilling life. We celebrate your commitment to your educational goals and your perseverance in achieving those goals. And perhaps most importantly, we celebrate the knowledge that you leave here prepared by your College of Liberal Arts education to continue learning, to live creatively and mindfully, to contribute to your communities, and to change the world for the better. Almost certainly it's the case that over the decades ahead, you will look back on your years at the university as a time of personal transformation. You will reflect back on the large dreams and ambitions and aspirations that you held as a student. You'll look back on the beliefs that you came into college with that have been challenged, the values that have been tested, the new paths that you have discovered, and of the new prospects that are unfolding before you. I think we can all agree that there is no better preparation for what is often euphemistically called real life or the real world than the liberal arts education that has brought you to this day and that now launches you into your life and career. in the larger world. With your CLA degree in hand, you will take with you the values and skills that you will need over your lifetime to break new ground, to lead communities and organizations, to think globally across cultures and beyond the moment, and to envision and help build the future. Your promise is great, and so is your challenge. You and others of your generation will decide what kind of world this will be in 50 years. When you leave here today, you will join literally tens of thousands of CLA alumni who are out there in the world making a difference in every sector of human endeavor. By last count, about 130,000 alumni, a group that we hope you will join formally as you take out membership in the Alumni Association. It gives me great pride to celebrate this occasion with you and to salute you as you graduate from the University of Minnesota's College of Liberal Arts as a member of the class of 2014. I hope that you are very proud to be an alumnus or alumna of CLA, as we are to welcome you into our large and distinguished CLA family. I extend to you and your loved ones warmest congratulations. Before we proceed further, though, I do want to take a moment to thank some very special people. And this is the opportunity for you, the class of 2014, to join me in thanking those special people. I know that you did not get here without the support, encouragement, and love of people close to you. Today, we have a chance to thank those who have stood by your side. So if I might, let me ask all of you in the crowd today who are a friend or family member of one of our graduates, I invite you to please stand so that the class of 2014 can demonstrate their gratitude to you. Please stand, if you would. It's always a special pleasure to recognize the outstanding achievements of CLA's talented students. And so it gives me special pleasure to introduce Colin Wendt, today's very accomplished student speaker. Colin is graduating summa cum laude with a double major in Spanish and Portuguese and physiology. Both at home and abroad, Colin has rounded out his education with a life of service. In 2012, he worked with the Minnesota Student International Development Program on a research project to curb high child malnutrition rates in a rural community in Ecuador. He then worked with a local NGO to expand implementation of the project to 5 neighboring cities, all of which were influenced and shaped their policy as a reflection of the recommendations that he gave. Closer to home, he's volunteered at the Amplatz Children's Hospital, St. Mary's Clinic, Phillips Neighborhood Clinic, Merck Alternative High School, and the West Side Boys and Girls Clubs. He's also, just in his spare time, a Core Power certified yoga and class fitness instructor, a student of many talents. In 2011, Colin attended a global seminar for pre-medicine and pre-health students in Mysore, India. In August, he will begin medical school at the University of Minnesota's School of Medicine. His long-term plans include a practice in family medicine in Spanish-speaking communities. Please give a warm welcome to a remarkable young man, Colin Wendt.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction. And before we focus on the stars of the show this afternoon, I'd like to take a few moments to recognize the supporting cast that make this event possible. First, I would like to thank all the faculty members in attendance today. We appreciate the challenging road that you have laid for each and every one of us as we have grown both academically and personally while traversing it. Thank you to all the speakers who have worked so hard to make this a memorable moment for everyone in the auditorium. And last but certainly not least, I would like to thank, on behalf of the graduating class of 2014, all the parents in attendance today. I'm confident that your children would not be sitting here if it weren't for the love and support that you showed each and every one of us on a daily basis. So thank you, and we love, love, love you all. So for the past 4 years, when I wasn't nestled in the depths of Walter Library, nose deep in a textbook, I've been an avid yogi, both as an instructor and a student. As I navigated through the unique difficulties brought up by each new semester, the constant presence of yoga made these transitions flow steadily like postures within a sequence. And if you've ever taken yoga class before, you may be familiar with the word shavasana. To many, this is a time where you can sprawl out on your yoga mat after twisting and stretching your bodies in ways you once thought impossible. But traditionally, this is a time reserved for meditation, allowing you to turn your gaze inward and reflect on both life's challenges and your ability to cope, find peace through difficult times. So, after twisting and stretching your brains in ways you thought were impossible, class of 2014, I thought this would be an appropriate time to give you a little shavasana of your own. So if you would please, my fellow classmates, find a comfortable seat, maybe get rid of that hunch that we've all developed over the past 4 years, and close your eyes. So let's begin right from the beginning. Imagine back to the first months of your freshman year. It's September 2010, and you've entered the university with a spring in your step and a glimmer in your eye. After a summer of goodbyes and anticipation, you've reached what appears to be the pinnacle of your short existence, dorm life. You've been thrown headfirst into a social experience of epic proportions as your phone's contact list grows exponentially with friends that you are convinced will stay with you for the rest of your life. Nights seem to get longer, both due to the changing of the season and your newfound liberation from the confines of curfew. And your mind becomes occupying with buying Kid Cudi tickets. And even though the details of the concert have become lost in a sea of stimulation, there is no doubt you're enjoying life in a way that you never have before. And with this enjoyment, you're taking your first steps as an adult, breaking out into a full-out sprint as you seek the next great adventure off in the distance. All right, so now let's fast forward just a few months. The brisk autumn winds have been replaced with harsh winter snowdrifts, and just as the roof of the Metrodome came crashing down on the purple and green AstroTurf, so too have your expectations of how university life would be. Memories of AP classes from high school now seem trivial, as assignments from freshman writing or calculus tests consume your conscience. And it is now too cold to go out and you're all too busy to sleep. But luckily, you've discovered the magical properties of coffee in your darkest hour. And final weeks comes and goes, and you are pushed to the brink for the very first time in your life. Yet, as you approach your edge, the internal concept of the capacity of your mind and the ingenuity you possess begins to blur. You realize that you are capable of so much more than you once thought. And even though your full-out sprint has been reduced to a slow jog, you are still excited to keep pushing forward to life's next great adventure. All right, let's go way forward in the future now, 3.5 years later. Imagine back to the beginning of this month, and oh, how you have changed. Memories of freshman writing and calculus tests now seem trivial as you grind through upper division classes, and the once foreign concept of a hangover now has become a dreaded reality. But most importantly, you've made incredible academic and personal strides. You have studied a second language, allowing you to connect and share ideas with people far different from yourself. You may have studied abroad, challenging your ability to cope with ambiguity and solidifying yourself as a global citizen. You have studied biology, art, business, mathematics, and while your jogging pace has now resorted to a slow crawl, as you end the as you approach the end of your undergraduate career, you still exhibit an incredible desire to transcend the limits of your own personal knowledge and contribute to your respected fields. You are a product of your own hard work, supported by a caring group of friends and an outstanding university. And now as you slowly blink your eyes open and find yourself back at your own graduation, I hope you can fully grasp just how great of an accomplishment you have achieved and how much you have changed in the process. And while you have yet to discover the answers to life's great questions, I'm confident that you will continue to move forward with the same curiosity that drew you to the University of Minnesota, excited you about your field of study, and helped you arrive at your seat today. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Cullen. And isn't it a wonderful reminder of the quality of students that are graduating from this college? It's now my great honor and pleasure to introduce as today's keynote speaker an alumna who has modeled the highest ideals of leadership and public service, Andrea Mokros. Andrea graduated from CLA in 1999 with a degree in political science and mass communication. Just 15 years ago, she was sitting out there where you are sitting. Since that graduation 15 years ago, the arc of her career has followed a very lofty trajectory indeed. On Twitter, she humbly refers to herself as a, quote, Midwestern girl in the big city, end quote. The website for her consulting firm, Mokros Strategies, announces that, quote, we are currently on hiatus. On hiatus because she now works in Washington, D.C. She works as Director of Strategic Planning in the White House for Michelle Obama. She is the head of the Strategic Planning section in Michelle Obama's office. Andrea began her career in scheduling and logistics, first as scheduler to Attorney General Hubert H. Humphrey III in his campaign for governor of Minnesota. She went on to serve as scheduler and later as director of the executive office to former White House Chief of Staff Max McLarty in his international consulting firm Kissinger McLarty Associates, a partnership with Henry Kissinger. Closer to home, she was a research staffer and later communication director in the Minnesota State Senate and served as field and media director to the Senate Majority Caucus campaign. During the 2004 and 2008 presidential campaigns, she served as an advance lead to the presidential campaigns for John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama. She also has served as Deputy Chief of Staff to U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar, as Director of Scheduling and Advance for Michelle Obama, and as Deputy Chief of Staff for Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton. Please join me in welcoming an exceptionally accomplished CLA graduate, Andrea Mokros.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Dean Duval, parents, family, and friends. Thank you for giving me the tremendous honor of addressing today's commencement. 15 years ago, when I was sitting down in the audience, waiting to get my diploma, I never dreamed I would be standing up here, and I certainly never thought I would be working in the White House. To the class of 2014, congratulations. For many of you, today's commencement marks the end of your studies here, but I've got some news for you. As I can fully attest, you're not done with the U just yet. In fact, if you do this right, this is just the beginning of a lifelong relationship. Let's start by taking just a moment. Look at the person on your left. All right, now look at the person on your right. At a school as large as the U, there's a fair chance you've never seen them before. But I hope you take a good look, because I can almost guarantee you're going to see them again. Disney once told you that it's a small world, and truer words have never been spoken. The people that surround you today are your future colleagues, clients, and maybe even a future boss. For example, even inside the White House, I found not only a lot of fellow Minnesotans and a number of former coworkers, but even a 6th grade classmate whom I hadn't seen since the junior high. Thankfully, neither of us has hauled out yearbook photos just yet. It was the 80s, and I'm pretty sure there was neon involved. In high school, I worked at a small neighborhood grocery store in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. It was just an after-school job at a checkout register, and after I graduated, I never gave that job another thought. But years later, I ran into one of my old coworkers, and our paths now cross frequently because he's the chairman of Wisconsin's Democratic Party. I don't tell you these stories just to take a trip down memory lane. They're the preface to a hard dose of reality for all of you, that no matter how well crafted your resume, no matter how high that GPA, that alone will not land you your dream job. It might not even get you in the front door. You know what will? 2 words: reputation and relationships. It's true in politics, in business, and in the arts, that no matter what career you choose, it's the relationships you make and the reputation that you build that will allow you to achieve the success that I know you're all dreaming of. 15 years ago, as I said, I was sitting right where you are. I was ready to get my diploma and start the next chapter of my life. My suitcases were already packed, and I'd landed a job in Washington, D.C. It wasn't because I was top of the class. Thankfully, they never asked what my GPA was, and I've kind of forgotten what it was anyway. Instead, here at the U, I'd been part of the College Democrats, and through that, I'd built a cohort not only here on campus, but across the country. A fellow College Democrat, knowing that I had just worked as the scheduler on the governor's race, recommended me for a job. Before I knew it, I was flying to DC to interview, and by the end of the day, I was flying home with a job offer in hand. These days, my mom likes to remind me how I called her so excited because my new job was going to be across the street from the White House. I stood outside the White House gates forever, staring inside, and could hardly believe my good fortune. And this job had come my way because when it was time to hire, my soon-to-be employer didn't turn to a faceless pile of resumes. He turned to people he trusted. My friend who recommended me wasn't rich and powerful, but fortunately, he knew me. He knew that I worked hard and did a good job, and he had enough faith in me to put his name on the line and to recommend me. That is the power of your reputation and your relationships. I learned a tremendous amount from that job across the street from the White House, especially from my boss. He was a very successful businessman, but every morning he would spend hours cutting out articles from the New York Times, the Washington Post, and especially his hometown papers. He would come into the office, loaded up with his clips, and spend even more time writing personal notes that he would attach to them to send to the people that it mentioned, saying, "I'm proud of you," or "I saw this article and it made me think of you." He didn't just do these nice things for big shots. He'd go out of his way to do favors for just about anybody who asked. On more than one occasion, I'd find myself scratching my head, wondering why I was arranging a tour for somebody who I didn't even know's kid's school group. It all seemed incredibly tedious and, quite frankly, a little old-fashioned. But over time, I saw how the people who received those little notes became clients. I saw how the folks he'd done favors for were eager to do the same for him. He never wrote those notes or did those favors expressly thinking, if I do A for them, they'll do B for me. Instead, he approached relationships genuinely with the simple notion of building goodwill. And as the saying goes, what goes around comes around. He taught me not only about how to build a relationship, but how to maintain them. After all, as I've already illustrated, you never know where life will take you. In his case, his kindergarten classmate in a tiny little town called Hope, Arkansas, grew up to be President of the United States. Now, I know that the buzzword you'll often hear is networking, but I want you to understand the difference between networking and relationship building. Networking is the stuff of cocktail parties, small talk about what you do and what they do, exchange business cards, and a quick mental calculation about how is this person useful to me. It's focused on an immediate transaction instead of on personal growth. Relationship building, on the other hand, is about creating a long-term connection, not because you need something from them, but because you want to know them, to learn about them, and maybe someday, in some way, you will be able to help each other. Think for a second about Oscar acceptance speeches. You know, the really long ones where the actor digs deep in their pocket and pulls out that really long list of people to thank. It's because nobody achieves such tremendous success on their own. I'm lucky enough to get to walk through those White House gates and into my dream job every single day because of the support and mentorship of a lot of people along the way. It's important to note that relationship building isn't just about advancing your career either. Sometimes it's just about being a good person. I'm going to borrow a story from Colin Powell. One day, as Secretary of State, he decided to go down to the garage and talk to the parking attendants about their jobs. After they got over the shock of finding the secretary wandering the garage, he peppered them with questions about their strategy for stacking the cars so tightly in that tiny little garage. How did they decide who was parked in front and who's parked in back and therefore the last one to get out? The strategy turned out to be pretty simple. The attendants told him that those who are nice, those who acknowledge them, or better yet, those who know their name, get the prized front spots. Those who stare straight ahead without so much as a hello or a thank you, well, they're stuck in the back. And that's pretty much how life works too. If you're known as a diva, as somebody who won't get the job done, or as somebody who will step on everyone in sight on your way up, all the connections in the world aren't going to get you where you want to be, and that includes out of the parking lot. You see, sometimes the folks who turn out to be the most important people in your life don't have the biggest titles or the highest salaries. As a senior here at the U, I spent every waking moment outside of class working on that statewide political campaign. My colleagues were, like me, pretty new to politics. We worked a lot of hours for very little pay. We ate way too many subs from Big Ten, but we were thrilled to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We lost that campaign, and it was devastating. Losing a campaign can sometimes be like a scarlet letter. Some people can't get away from you fast enough. But for many of us, the experience bonded us together, and we instead decided to help each other out, some finding new causes and campaigns, and others heading on to graduate or law school. 15 years ago, I never would have predicted that those coworkers, and now friends, would go on to be in positions of power, business owners, PR and sports executives, and even the House Majority Leader. But I believed in them, and they believed in me. And over the years, through good times and bad, we've been a support system to each other. You need that support system, not just to help you get a leg up in the world, but to pick you up when you fall. You're not perfect, and nobody expects that you will be. But a big part of your reputation will be built on how you handle those mistakes. I think back to that first job across the street from the White House. I made a couple doozies. But I'm happy to say that when I see the old boss and we reminisce, it always ends with a laugh and a smile as he reminds me how I fixed the mistakes. That reputation as a problem solver has served me well. If you have a doubt about the power of reputation and relationships in your everyday life, think about how you choose a new restaurant for dinner. You go to Yelp to see the customer reviews. When you need a new hairstylist, you ask your friend for recommendations. Wondering if you should see the new band? You turn to the blog for reviews. Just like a business or even a band, you need to build and curate your own reputation. Which brings me to a piece of advice that somebody probably should have told you on the way into college instead of on the way out. Your social media profile is part of your reputation, and it says a lot more about you than you may even intend it to, especially about your judgment. As someone who's hired a lot of people over the years, I can assure you that yes, your future employer does know how to Google you, and no, they probably won't be impressed by the spring break photos, and you know the ones I'm talking about. Unfortunately, some of these lessons you're just going to learn the hard way, but if your support system is strong, I promise you will get through. Over the coming years, you'll come to see how your relationships are like capital. And the most important lesson you can learn is that the capital that you build is not yours to hoard. It's to be leveraged for the benefit of others, to take the opportunities that have been provided to you and in turn provide them to those who will come next. I think in particular of a group of students that the First Lady met from a high school in Chicago. These kids have lived really tough lives, every day dodging gunfire on their way to school, seeing dozens of their classmates hurt or killed. Many of them had never set foot outside their neighborhood, let alone thought they would go away to college. They're talented students with teachers who care deeply about them, but they had never dared to dream big because, based on what they'd seen around them, why bother? But the First Lady invested her capital, her time and energy and personal relationships in these kids and took the time to listen to their stories and perhaps most importantly, to look into their eyes and to say, I believe in you, words that these kids might not have heard before. and they began to see that they could reach higher. They could not only have dreams, but they could realize them. And not just because she told them so, but because they saw a little of themselves in her. After all, before she was the First Lady, she was just a student from a working-class family on the south side of Chicago, too. She invited the students to come to the White House so that they could learn firsthand about the people who work there and the many career paths that lead to working at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. They asked 1,000 questions and learned that the common denominator amongst White House employees is not a privileged background, but hard work. By the end of the day, they were buzzing with ideas and with new dreams to be a chef or a policy expert, or most of them wanted to be a Secret Service agent. But when the door opened and the president invited them to come inside the Oval Office, it all clicked. If they could make it from Chicago all the way to the Oval Office, now they could see themselves in college and in a career. That is the power of personal relationships. So once again, look to your left and look to your right. I hereby put you in charge of each other. Each of you is walking out of here not only with a diploma, but with goals for your life after college. And the people next to you, the people here on this stage, and your family up in the stands are responsible for helping you get there, and you in turn are responsible for them. So class of 2014, you know all the secrets now, and as Spider-Man taught you, with great power comes great responsibility. A responsibility to the University of Minnesota community to which you are now forever bound. A responsibility to each other, to help each other succeed in careers and in life, and to reach back and bring others with you. And just like all of your family and friends, I too will be watching, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Because today may have been the first time we met, but I know it will not be the last. So class of 2014, you're going to accomplish great things. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for the privilege of being with you today.
Thank you. And inspiration, huh? Now the moment we've been waiting for. I'd like to ask the following members of the faculty to step forward to present the degrees. Serge Ruda, the University Honors Program Director, Founding Director. Jennifer Windsor, CLA Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs. Gary Ohlert, CLA Associate Dean for Planning. Carolyn Liebler, Assistant Professor of Sociology. And Carl Flink, Associate Professor of Theater Arts and Dance. Students of the class of 2014, you will cross the stage one by one as your name is read. After you have returned to your seats, please remain seated until the end of the program. Your commencement is not complete until Regent Thomas Devine confers your degree, at which time you will move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side. Just a couple of announcements before we actually begin. First, in the form of a question, and that is, does anyone here have a smartphone? Do you have smartphones? Okay, great. Please take that smartphone out now and get ready to tweet. Page 3 in your program lists the 2014 CLA Commencement hashtag. Please use this hashtag to share your pictures and memories of today's events. Okay? Tweet at will. Second, I have a request for family. I have a request for families and friends. You are, of course, welcome to cheer and applaud your graduating student. That's part of the celebration of this event. It's part of the fun. But please remember that every graduate wants to hear his or her name called and wants family and friends to hear theirs too. So we ask you to be considerate and make sure that your cheers don't drown out the name of the next student in line. Now, on to the business at hand. Director Ruda.
I am pleased to read the names of honors degree candidates in the College of Liberal Arts for 2014. Students graduating with Latin honors have participated in a rigorous academic program, culminating in an honors thesis presenting original scholarly work done under the direction of a faculty supervisor or mentor. On the path to the successful completion of the honors degree, students take honors courses and seminars, as well as participate in research, scholarship, or other independent creative work, both within and outside of their major. To qualify, students must maintain a grade point average of at least 3.50 through their last 2 years of study. Students graduate with the Latin honors distinctions cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude, based on the quality of their thesis work and with their eligibility determined by their GPA. Today, they proudly wear the distinctive honors medallion as a symbol of their achievement. Stuart Baker.
Carly Rasmussen.
Rachel Lee.
Kaylin Recknagel.
Connor Erickson.
Julia Eckert.
Brittany Leggett.
Hannah Saunders.
Alicia Lenars.
Samuel Simon.
Stephanie Bertuman.
Kevin Kalmus.
Lauren Hint.
Jonathan Masensky.
Alexa Moulopoulos.
Melissa Dresden.
Alec Storms.
Nicholas Davidson.
Ashlyn Kenzier.
Chelsea Dreher.
Megan Lane.
Sarah Rosenthal.
Miriam Moore.
Alicia Bauer.
Abdi Malik Ahmed.
Christine Hardy.
Cassandra Stone.
Lulit Mola.
Andrew Wiebe.
Colin Went.
Riku Kawaguchi.
John Ziegler.
Lauren Williams.
Chloe Decleaver.
Shelby Wells.
Hayun Zhou.
Lindsay Court.
Li Chen Chang.
Ellen Day.
Bradley Conley.
Allison Baki.
Lee Malem.
Adam Matula.
Evan Lister.
Samantha Zolke Miller.
Jared Valio.
Monica Yu.
Tobias Razmawami.
Aimee Lace.
Rachel Arata.
Michaela Karstens.
Janiru Harath.
Ryan Allen Lee.
Jenna Hedrick.
Andrew Dean. Is that it?
Nike Kadri.
James Cooper.
Michelle Robertus.
Tristine Miller. Dean Duval, it is my pleasure to recognize the honors degree candidates in the College of Liberal Arts for 2014.
Luka Krumpovich.
Lindsay Cox.
Elizabeth Cates.
Erin Lawler.
Jae-Hoon Kim.
Hannah Pagel.
Yu Jong-jun.
Connor Johnson.
Shin Young Kim.
Kristen Van Otterloo.
Kwang Yu Kim.
Anastasia Levitt.
Jeffrey Wong.
Noam Zadaka.
Philip Langenfeld.
Roy Pienaar.
Morgan Luther.
Robert Reeve.
Jaya Charmaine Nokan.
Danielle Sidliarevich.
Danielle Merriman.
Keelan Ryan.
Riley Howard Helgeson.
Matthew Gieske.
Allison Pino.
Kyle Anstedt.
Argavan Abtahi.
Travis Petrul.
Lindsay Florin.
Aaron Martin.
Michael Davidson.
Tiffany Vang.
Adniki Adakoki.
Casey Pearson.
Benjamin McKibben.
Mackenzie Ring.
Peter Hansen.
Anish Patel.
Sydney Anderson.
Sergio Andrade.
Kylie Osterhus.
Selena Ramick.
Jamie Klingberg.
Vien Nguyen.
Yekaterina Leluk.
Curtis Weber.
Kongji Ji.
Ioma Onyumema.
Jennifer Parker.
Abigail Tierney.
Brianne Presley.
Anna Campson.
Philip Radke.
Stacy Lipinski.
Jing Yu.
Jasmine Hardin.
Mary Elizabeth Miller.
Alexander Dyer.
Megan Lay.
Maya Home.
Jack Lobb.
Josephine Paul Short.
Derek Green.
Catherine Kissel.
Kyle Rasmussen.
Kevin Schall.
Neil Kroll.
Evangeline Montgomery.
Benjamin Petrie.
Margaret DeToro.
Benjamin Pilkey.
Stuart Averill.
Kelsey Keep.
Megan Van Den Eng.
Joel Peterson.
Courtney Chupurdy.
George Cleavorn.
Macy Kent.
Pierce Maslock.
Noel Escurel.
Callie Ricker.
Stephen Heimbrook.
Allison Kaiser.
Ryan Hansen.
Teresa Griffith.
Ranjit Paul Singh.
Jeremy Bigley.
Lauren Godfrey.
Jigger Brown.
Surah Afsar.
Jennifer Grimm.
Amrock Arawegal.
Daniel Kraus.
Jonathan Bellachu.
Rachel Borgstall.
Elian Hawk.
Eric Perryman.
Lema Kubaitari.
Kelly Harding.
Farah Amin.
Ryan Andrews.
Trevor Clayton.
Kristen Rappa.
Hasna Abudarman.
Dominique Hudson.
Tiara Coulson.
Evan Nelson.
Tianyi Zhu.
Hannah Couch.
Mishra Wallstrom Hartman.
Lauren Rindee.
Megan Remmett.
Catherine Solkovitz Phillips.
Elizabeth Stein.
Deidre Devereaux.
Kira Broshovsky.
Caitlin Walsh.
Samantha Bertrand.
Ryan Tompkins.
Adam Meyer.
Patrick Radzilwell.
Jamie Wollstonecroft.
Elizabeth Greenlee.
Christina Behrens,
Kristen Anderson,
Sarah Seidler Chandler,
Brandon Maslowski,
Kathy Huang,
Eric Berg,
Daniel Dwahan,
Daniel Hoy,
Brian Wynn,
William Larson,
Tomnema Chong,
Christian Flores,
Benjamin Swanson Hassel,
Hannah Zurcher,
Matthew Swanson,
Lowell Swaggart,
Ethan Clanky,
Alex Lees,
Justine Davis,
Mahogany Ellis Crutchfield,
Audrey Manicor,
Matthew Kuchera,
Cody Foster,
Elliot Schamberg,
Claire Holtz,
Stephanie Zadora,
Patrick Maloney,
Ariana Young,
Jayan Tripathi,
Gao Yong,
Luke Plutowski,
Monique Payan,
Sheng Vang,
Austin Applequist,
Tammy Wynn,
Sandra Greenlee,
Chloe Oliver,
Samantha Tapia,
Philip Cross,
Jin Zhou,
Maisha Poindexter,
Minting Di,
Rima Hussein,
Sarah Stevens,
Rachel Hopman,
Brittany Hansen,
Taylor Coulter,
Elizabeth Hilber,
Samuel Schenkman,
Adam Schaefer,
Jordan Seasting,
Ryan Thompson,
Cecilia Leatherman,
Alicia Brinhog,
Anna Michaels,
Sarah Day,
Robert Brooks,
Anastasia Inokinova,
Aaron Keller,
Morgan Dysert,
Heather Fithian,
Mahayar Saru,
Mai Tong Yang,
Ashley Marie Carmichael,
Pashublai Vang,
Robert Check,
Siya Tahao,
Shelby Kushel,
Lao Vang,
Emily Walsh,
Linley Fung,
Lily O'Brien,
Ton Den,
Princess Wudo,
Van Kwok,
Taryn Zeska,
Anna Ma,
Bryn Trissler,
Heather Van der Vost,
Kristen Johnson,
Nhuchi Kang,
Ann Beal,
Fanny Jimpol Yapa,
Leah Schillmoller,
Natisha Alicia,
Katie Knobloch,
Courtney Bros,
Yusuf Mohammed,
Abby Vermilia,
Nasir Hamza,
Sarah Cummings,
Georgie Cabito,
Erica Golofsky,
Chuya Lee,
Kelly Finger,
Stacy Mua,
Caitlin Nelson,
Winston Vong,
Ryan Kosek,
Ting Vong,
Sen Gao,
Steve Mua,
Ziji Zhao,
Yin Trong,
Yutong Gao,
Kelsey Riesbrut,
Tianqi Yang,
Preston Palmer,
Andrew Kellogg,
Haley Corrady,
Kieran Henry,
Nicole Loudon,
Nikita Sharma,
Caitlin Wyeth,
Monica Singh,
Madeline Babel,
Divya Gupta,
Jennifer Rickert,
Dylan Harith,
Melissa Wendolgat,
Cassandra Clausen,
Sarah Stokes,
Alexander Bantle,
Gemma Isaacson,
Samuel Butel,
Kathleen Haynes,
Jordan Fouillère,
Nicole Irvis,
Dustin Retcher,
Emma Barber,
Amara Valimas,
Carissa Loggy,
Elizabeth Bouchard,
Ashley Akpaka,
Candace Nelson,
Pilar Poshul,
Grant Gossman,
Brittany Wilson,
Nicole Condon,
Emily Broker,
Ashley Curtis,
Yijok Iem,
Alexandra Codette,
Shandy Portes Mangra,
Amara Chambers,
Odaku Okpara,
Sarah Goldberger,
Emily Macy,
Sarah Rinder,
Michelle Brown,
Dylan Jones,
Bowen Wong,
Andrea Bell,
Deji Wong,
Clayton Watercott,
Zhao Yu Wong,
Peter Monson,
Kaka Wong,
Philip O'Neill,
Jijin Long,
Timothy Morse,
Guo Wei Shan,
Patrick Benner,
Bitian Shao,
Ashley Andrews,
Jalen Evan,
Erin Bame,
Marie Barland,
Cherie Yang,
Gabrielle Ehrman,
Michael Rogercheski,
Shi Fan,
Brooke Harms,
Hao Yi Ji,
Megan Amanira,
Sarah DuPaul,
Jessica McRoberts,
Matthew Harris,
Adam Hussein,
Lakadra Neal,
Trevor Mace,
Leslie Zamzo,
Yu-Gyung Lee,
Megan Kelly,
Jin-Yu Kim,
Alana Rodriguez Hines,
Patrick Kenny,
Vanessa Casas,
Paul Gates,
Curtis Sievertson,
Nathan Hesse,
Kyle Singer,
Alexandra Van Lengen,
Mitchell Gamerick,
Michelle Timius,
Derek Olson,
Drew Dietrich,
Lauren Schrader,
Timothy Nashim,
Riley Frederick,
Yilan Xu,
Megan Mahia,
Shanki Zhan,
Joe Fleck,
Yeli Yan,
Claire Durzak,
Benjamin Millard,
Jessica James,
Yvette Sanchez,
Mina Vu.
Samantha Frost.
Charlie Fox.
Asma Day.
Andrew Felton.
Tasneem Abdallah.
Brennan Gaith.
Jamie Wynn.
Genki Hirayama.
Sadie White.
Jennifer Bolt.
Crystal Boland.
Joseph Heitzman.
Brett Angel.
Daniel Kane.
Ryan Bennett.
Aaron Buckley.
Michael Johnson.
Ryan Stazowitz.
Magdi Ali.
Rosalie Benke Bittner.
Tyler Marshiniak.
Carl Rhyme.
Gregory Allen.
Zhuzhao Qian.
William Bornhoft.
Sophie Cheng.
Bora Yoon.
Jacob Bunker.
Heian Zhou.
Anthony Leigh Bunker.
Alexander Ockenden.
Francisco Martinez.
Kate Elleranta.
Soonthorn Mua.
Nicholas Ryan.
Todi Lee.
Julia Pliwa.
Lang Fang.
Paige Fours.
Madeline Whiteson.
Lindsay Countryman.
Vanessa Hoffman.
Jacob Dale.
Kimberly Wilson.
Eric Finsgard.
Edgar Jimenez Ramirez.
Laura Nelson.
Ko Jiang.
Tangguang Luo.
Vong Lor.
Taylor Wall.
Davine Trentman.
Todd Tanner.
Paige Coleman.
Anasmita Gosh.
Claire Anderson.
Aaron Nicholas.
Liliana Shevchik.
Shaquille Lee.
Allison Rainey.
Bethany Helen.
Corin Leposki.
Jerusalem Gobiza.
Yefai Zhu.
Ahmed Elhad Didi.
Wan Wan Zhu.
Samantha Riley.
Samuel Vadis.
Emily Copeland.
Yisong Cho.
Matthew Lane.
Janice Chang.
Anab Omar.
Akisha Mehta.
Fatuma Abdi.
Amanda Siwi.
Maha Ali.
Han Bao.
Daryl Javayang.
Luke Wagner.
Vivian Poon.
Mark Brennan.
Samantha Berg.
Pangfua Kang.
Maddie Grimmer.
Mainia Lor.
Michael Wynn.
Nor Ayana Maud Nor Bakri.
Rachel Lawn.
Ruzaini Hamaza Mohammed.
Samantha Stevens.
Zi Thang Ko.
Robert Olson.
Muhammad Ariel Safiq Maud Khalid.
Catherine Livingston.
Mohammed Farour Razi Ahmad.
Jenna Brempford.
Nazli Amir Ismail.
Lauren Johnson.
Mai Kuo.
Samantha Urke.
Shinchan Shun.
Juliana O'Callahan.
Baiji Peng.
Bradley Bradford Taylor.
Laura Bear.
Cameron Botticelli.
Taylor Ohato.
Angela Rose Parker.
Tadriona Bell.
Abel Gibri Hewitt.
Kayla Vick.
Monkda Abraham.
Rose Crooks.
Mayroen May Lakin.
Christina Kepler.
Lee Bone Ko Teal.
Emma Weesey.
Eskinder Yusuf.
Adam Bowling.
Latif Osei Ni.
Adam Casey.
Anna Maytire.
Benjamin Lohman.
Brittany Lynch.
Grant Zock.
Logan Hutton.
Benjamin Scogan.
Kalina Coleman.
Carissa Brown.
Kapitra Jolly.
Ryan Smith.
Sondra Shashelsky.
Daniel Walentine.
Rachel Belter.
Alyssa Whisk.
Ogunrindi Titileo.
Kelsey Nelson.
Mercedes McKay.
Alexis Offit.
Amina Muhammad.
Daniel Lightfoot.
K.C. Johnson.
Bianca Facindro.
Aria Weatherspoon.
Jacelyn Olson.
Aaron McCroson.
David Bettenberg.
Claire Simonson.
Abigail Glazner.
Dana Martha Johnson.
Sarah Lashiavo.
Margarita Shipko.
Mariah Megsamen.
Donnie McPherson.
James Zabawa Martinez.
Jeremiah Wingsted.
Katie Ann Kohler.
George Kalina.
Laura Velasco.
Zachary Wolter.
Kayla McDaniels.
William Steiner.
Ciara Newton.
Kelsey Quaddy.
Leah Prudent.
Sarah Gottlieb.
Angelique Moore.
Katie Van Gradel.
Nora Chian.
Yes. Felicia Stevens.
Christy Lee.
Sarah Ellis.
Anya Jelasinski.
Allison Forbes.
Cass Highgard.
Taylor Nelson.
Amy Laraway.
Casey Corbett.
Robert Reisdorf.
Elizabeth Smith.
Stephanie Strandberg.
Hallie Isaacson.
Tasha Clark.
Sarah Stregman.
Michelle Jerome.
Levi Paulson.
Courtney Johnson.
Anna Hughes.
Jennifer Schmidt.
Nan Song.
Fred Mote.
Wanting Jai.
Chun Hai Frankie Lee.
In Fun.
Guo Ming Dan.
Bo Zhang.
Pak Lun Roy Chung.
Jai Zhao.
Su Ting Justin Hu.
Tanying Wang.
Hoi Hing Mariana Lau.
Bao Yang.
Veronica Si Ting Ho.
Zachary Kirkorian.
Zion Love.
Alexandra Norris.
Gao Long Vang.
Rachel Dashiel.
Clara Doe.
Brittany Perlick.
Thon Van No.
Grace Okali.
Yakira Moore.
Jacqueline Hansen.
Diego Monsalve.
Laura Golob.
Kit Duong.
Madeline Weberg.
Sarah Bartel.
Daniel Froling.
Sarah Kraft.
Kurt Weber.
Elora Hensel.
Jessica Warfuel.
Tyler Stanley.
Molin Lee.
Brianna Murphy.
Zhuping Tong.
Jason Monfrey.
Yasin Shang.
Alicia Matthew.
Andrew Howe.
Ashley Vold.
Connor Ferris.
Jessica Cycle.
Gregory Botter.
Matthew Ramirez.
John Sullivan.
Aaron Ginnity Moore.
Luke Brewer.
Alan Mishek.
Gerald Smith.
Akash Varga.
Dwayne Barsness.
Jonathan Bianchi.
Cameron Treby.
Shelby Miner.
Andy T.W. Lee.
James Biucci.
Jaya Lee.
Justin Wasner.
Charmaine Lee.
Stephen Owen.
I'm okay. Alan Keo Monkoth.
Samuel Neeson.
Julian Nye.
Anthony Litwinchuk.
Chen Win.
Alexander Brayton.
Demi Mancini.
Harun Ilayed.
Jinkong Qiu.
Ben Clark.
Guanran Huang.
Jordan Jocelyn.
Xiaoying Wang.
Melinda Marquardt.
Yifei Zhao.
Robert Green.
Yiyu Zhang.
Kay Sligman.
Han Chen Sun.
Upli Mi Maduma.
Bowen Zhao.
Sarah Tan.
Zheng Ding.
Grace Doherty.
Yanxian Chang.
Tio Laura Lumban Tirawan Wan.
Xiaopeng Lu.
Mai Chu Tao.
Daniela Brinzilla.
Koa Vu.
Samantha Evander.
Tiffany Eng.
Elaine Caspers.
Morgan Peter.
Emily Bevacqua.
Jenny Lai.
Shuhei Sugiyama.
Laura Serrano.
Leah Vogel.
Susana Murillo.
Eric Hartfield.
Peter Huang.
Young Tran.
Mick Hedberg.
Stephen Scholes.
Sadak Ben Abdallah.
Matthew Cook.
Na Vang.
Tan Nguyen.
Victoria Powell.
Soo-Yun Kim.
Cody Jones.
Sunwoo Kwon.
Carly Jones.
Yuna Young.
Colette Fallion.
Matthew Peterson.
Elizabeth Draves.
Benjamin Boa.
Matthew Kissel.
Rachel Johnson.
Michael Erkey.
Caitlin Burns.
Deborah Olawaniwi.
Daniel Rees.
Marina Kasembo.
James Rupert Hovey.
Laurel Blanchard.
Callie Schmall.
Samuel Ketchum.
Erica Kornhoff.
Abdel Kader Tovi.
Amanda Angel.
Castle Essel.
Abdifata Ahmed.
Joshua Weichsel.
Marcel Saunders.
Brittany Haynes.
Joao Vito Halab.
Kevin Gaffney.
Alexandra Quintero.
Carolyn Cusel.
Rachel Nyberg.
Marguerite Connolly.
Stephen Meyer.
Meg Pearson.
Kendra Wolf.
William Benton.
Mackenzie Lagodinsky.
April Yun.
Alexandra Davis.
Matthew Fry.
Shi Jun Chun.
Morgan Schulte.
Jin Cheng.
Kelsey Squires.
Michael Agostinelli.
Emily Pyatt.
John Reardon.
Haley Mills.
Marcus Nissen.
Emily Marshall.
Shuji Wang.
Bailey Gillanders.
Lei Jiao.
Clayton Brownlee.
Cheng Cheng Gang.
Jenna Fishbach.
Shanig Q.
Danielle Dobry.
Meng Chen.
Otis Hyman.
Han Shu.
Eric Karn.
Genev Novotny.
Kevin Parkin.
Mariah Swanson.
Tyler Hamilton.
Lindsay Fix. Stephen Kaminsky.
Mary Shaw.
Margot Jensen.
Andrew Roser.
Kathleen Kittredge.
Carissa Kemp.
Abby Anderson.
Stephen McCarthy.
Emmett Solian.
Hertona Velheisen.
Bradley Dubbink.
Megan Hunkins.
Esper Onwonga.
Benjamin Oren.
Elhan Abdi.
Lucas Shaw.
Kayar Mohammed.
Amber Hill.
Nadia Linou.
Heather Goodwater.
Barita Gamada.
Rachel Twait.
Linda Tran.
Kyle Woolman.
Callie Flynn.
Ye Young Shim.
Amanda DuPont.
Marcelo Herrera Navas.
Chinglin Kui.
Moshin Almoshawer.
Su Ye Chen.
Iris Nash.
Christine Hart.
Da Tien Vu.
Yan Pen Gli.
Lavinia Low.
Juan Wang.
Swetjin Siakt.
Shuai Zhen.
Angshin Win.
Shi Jin Shai.
Dennis Chen Chang.
Shen Zhang.
Lingji Kong.
Jia Yu.
Jiu Chao.
Wen He Chang.
Yang Shao.
Riley Brennan.
Xingjian Li.
Alexander Sailing.
Lauren Pichette.
Cooper Henkel.
Sarah McGowan.
Kelsey Lamour.
Haley Webb.
Kayla Vogel.
Isla Katz.
Stacy Swathout.
Chris Ula Economomo.
Marie Swenson.
Elizabeth Idle.
Jay Wu Chung.
Jihui Wu.
Evelyn Kim,
Kai Chen,
Mona Kim,
Yuyang Mao,
Siwei Zhao,
Shen Wang,
Wok Ha,
Chuling Ju,
Lin Wen,
Jenna McDonald,
Jonathan Aslani,
Samuel Garrettson,
Sophia Benson,
Michael Osterhaus,
Camille Sherman,
Zachary Bourdonnais,
Lindsay Hegner,
Emmanuel Abu,
Andrew Young,
John Bertai,
Justin Hagan,
Kristen Gregerson,
Andrew Bruce,
Kylie Kulsrud,
Wesley Grossline,
Catherine Weed,
Kevin Risty,
Sadaf Shamas,
Michael Perrault,
Dayon Kim,
Beth Teepee,
Jonghoon Song,
Kelsey Reimer O'Connell,
Kayla Schlumpberger,
Julianne Harstad,
Tiana Chen,
Jamie Pollock,
Miki Kinjo,
Man Kit Chan,
Autumn McDowell,
Ka Yan Chan,
Robert Lancaster,
Yaoling Wang,
Zachary Marco,
Satwick Mysore,
Grant Larson,
Ayokunle Akindumila,
Eric Elm,
Edward Euclid,
Tyler Adams,
Danny Feld, hey Danny,
Miles Norman,
Evan Burigo O'Brien,
Ulia Avira,
Lura Wilson,
Marcos Carvalho,
Grace Christensen,
Nathan Turso,
Emily Rose Dewey,
Khadija Abdi,
Josephine Lamponi,
Yoon Kim,
Mandy Goldberg,
Kwansuk Oh,
Nicholas Swenson,
Trevor Foster,
Susie Gard,
Jin Lee,
Carl Magnus Gustav Bros,
Jin Sol Yi,
Mackenzie Stupica,
Han Su Min,
Matthew Brostrom,
Su Yun Yung,
Abigail Reynolds,
Sang Yu Lee,
Mikhail Lee,
Mackenzie Hankey,
Zachary Graham,
Karen Lee,
Ivy Beach,
Ana Maria Foncheva,
Ryan Patrick,
Benjamin Anderson,
Zachary Keenan,
Eric Hartnett,
Da-Young Yang,
Harry Wool,
Guman Lee,
Joseph Lero,
Minho Lee,
Molly Goen,
Monica Turner,
Jeffrey Hayden,
Cassandra Turk,
Evelyn Cobb,
Aliha Hodge,
Chase Passor,
Shanice Blazedel,
Kyle Van Vliet,
Nathan Kastner,
Rin Bentley,
Alex Slavinsky,
Tara Harklerode,
Timothy Bell.
Joseph Evans,
Caitlin Setsky,
Alexander McCluskey,
Lorinda Tott,
Jordan Dittburner,
Allison Scheider,
Allison Chafee,
Charles Rosso,
Nicholas Shelbestad,
Sure. Miles Stauffer and Woodrow Wilson,
Ann Loof,
Joshua Anderson,
Amanda Mattick,
Cameron Haskell,
Michelle Todd,
Emily Whitcomb,
Alexander Brodsky,
Sulika Mohammed,
Nathan Heffernan,
Saud Jama,
Ji Chao Wong,
Maggie Cease,
Han Gao,
Chelsea Aman,
Rudy Summers,
Michael Wallstrom,
Nora Jean Lewis,
Trevor Sorensen,
Jordan Yonker,
Rachel Wald,
John Scallon,
Luke Boldwin,
Camille Solon,
David Chansky,
Kayla Jeffrey,
Isaac Glover,
Shannon Evans,
Vupao Mua,
Mackenzie Rutkowski,
Melissa Tao,
Emily Dennis,
Roussel Nidip,
Craig Larson,
Sariu Baisiriu,
Carl Carter,
Patrick West,
Katie Lemke,
Lorenzo David,
Ang Lee Chow,
Tucker Johnson,
Lauren Robertson,
Joshua Damberg,
Amanda Burkholder,
Peter Larson,
Rebecca Whitmore,
Lucas Shawaltby,
Jalen Gross,
William Griffiths,
Sophie Knudsen,
Yunki Zhang,
Samuel McRickard,
Alan Zhang,
Jacob Swanson,
Shangning Zhu,
Emma Leoff,
Andy Shu,
Stephanie Michael,
Johnny Liu,
Fu Win,
Tenzin Trasser,
Charles Johnson,
Rahul Patel,
Thomas Silverman,
Mehek Musood,
Rebecca Smith,
Sabu Husan,
Brooke Achua,
Lonnie Hoffman,
Jamie Bland,
Omar Osman,
Charlotte Paguyo,
Jaydeep Singh,
Eric Richardson,
Abdul Rahman,
Adim Sasul,
Azhar Abdu Sabur,
Ryan Govier,
Shiva Mani
Amy Pennington,
Ken San Juan,
Emily Saunders,
Margaret Gorella,
Joshua Hoff,
Svetlana Lazarev,
Aaron Weinard,
Michelle Roskowski,
Charles Crawford,
Julia Sammy,
Jason Kraus,
Yu Fu,
Zachary Zellickson,
Alex Moore,
Zachary Mahachek,
Christopher Peterson,
Lucas Steffen,
Alan Judd,
Nathan Shalmo.
Gretchen Keritzer,
Natalie Pascatoy.
Gretchen Ruby,
Jessica DuBose.
Stacy Johnson,
Kelly Graves.
Eleanor Gant,
Chanel Thomas Williams.
Aaron Grimley,
Mary Beth Zaccaro.
Freyshaw Toll,
Jennifer Mullen.
Kirsten Benish,
Ezra Kwame.
Nicholas Hamas,
Carly Van Amber.
Rebecca Barney,
Graham Bussell.
Avery Stark,
Maha Jafurani.
Marcus Vandersanden,
Jua Yang.
Camille Lizama,
Rachel Racola.
Lars Roed,
Joseph Eldridge.
David Shute,
Quentin Watom Ochama.
Emily O'Brien,
Jenna Wessels.
Zishel Han,
Emma Seltz.
Michelle Cody, Amy Steinken,
Kendra Sanders.
Taylor Mitch,
Alex Woodworth.
Sarah Jarvis,
Chunyangzi Jia.
Laura Koski,
Shucheng Gu.
Jeffrey Erickson,
Lingzhu Sun.
Brandon Muchlow,
Haiyu Sun.
Aaron Richardson,
Yameng Zhang.
Matthew Tarvin, Benjamin Nelson, Jason Hernandez,
Yameng Zhang. No? Haiyu Sun. Zachary Tate. Marika Reese. Hyun Sun. Courtney Lang. Tyler Hubler. Hubler. Sorry. Marissa Kramer. Sheila Vang. Xian Tao. Eric Seifert. Meng Yang. Lai Chi Yang. Alina Mua. Alyssa Mua. Ross Haddow. Tony Big Johnson. Tu Yang. Zhua Zhang. Va Tao. Janu Yang. Shu Yang. Hiroi Ori. Xiang Li. Justin Farrar. Li Vang. Michael Molinar. Kiara Jackson.
We have one final member of the graduating class, Goldie Gopher. Dean Duvall, it is my pleasure to present the 2014 College of Liberal Arts degree candidates.
And it is my great pleasure in turn to ask Regent Thomas Devine to formally confer the degrees. Regent Devine, I am honored to present to you the candidates who have completed requirements for College of Liberal Arts degrees.
Dean Duvall, thank you for inviting me here today. On behalf of the University of Minnesota Board of Regents, I'm honored to preside at this commencement. To the graduates, I extend my hearty congratulations to each and every one of you for your efforts that you've made to reach this moment in time. We are here today to celebrate not only your academic accomplishments, but also your potential to make a positive difference in the next stage of your lives. You will be contributing to your communities, to the state of Minnesota, the nation, and the world. And to your families and friends that are here, that have supported you, loved you, been an integral part of your college experience, thank you, each and every one of you, for they have earned the degrees today that you have worked so hard to watch them reach today. Will the graduates please rise? The moment has now arrived. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the Board of Regents of the University of Minnesota, I now confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified. My congratulations, and let us all right now acknowledge these wonderful achievements. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Devine. Graduates, if you haven't already, I ask you to move your tassel from the right to the left of your mortarboard. In doing so, you declare to the world that you are now a graduate of the University of Minnesota. Congratulations, graduates, and congratulations, family and friends. You, the graduates of 2014 CLA, have many reasons to be proud of the work that you have done and the accomplishments you take with you into the communities of Minnesota and the world. We will be very proud to welcome you back on your next visit to campus as alumni of the University of Minnesota's College of Liberal Arts. Now, let the celebration begin. In closing, I invite all of you to join Philip Zawisza in singing Hail Minnesota, an appropriate end to our delightful afternoon.